Raid Shadow Legends, I don't know how I get talked into this stuff, but we have Scrapper at level 60. Little Scrappy Doo. He can inflict damage here on one target, gets a shield buff on this champion for 2 turns by 5% of the damage inflicted if the attack is critical. We got a whole bunch of books going into this guy. Thanks everyone out there on stream for making me do this. 2-turn cooldown. This ability is actually pretty cool. Attack one enemy. We destroy their max HP by 30% of the damage done. Place a shield buff on this champion for 2 turns by 30% of its max HP. This is actually a pretty big shield buff. We've got 29,000 HP. We get a big shield on there if we critical hit for 2 turns. But we'll see what happens. You'll see what happens in a minute. Increase the damage dealt by this champion equal to the percentage of max HP destroyed on the target. So we could really ramp up his damage. But he's a rare attack-based champion with low HP, low defense. All the rest, let's get into it. We're in here on Ice Golem at first, and of course we're going to go to the Scarab King. Boom, 165,000. I like it. We've got an increased attack, decreased defense, nothing fancy, no Gurp Tucks, no Bad Alcazars, no Dracos or Lydias or any of that stuff. We're going a little bit fast, faster than I thought we'd be going, but we've got a lot to show you, especially when we get to the Scarab King. Let's just keep an eye on what he can do really quick. Okay, the biggest takeaway from all this is his A2 is on a 2-turn cooldown. Look at that shield on him right now. It's a huge shield. But then he goes in there and attacks on his A1 and gets this baby shield, and it overwrites the big shield. This company, I don't get it, man. Look, he puts a huge shield on a 2-turn cooldown. It's on a 2-turn cooldown move, so the shield's always going to be up. He doesn't need to do a shield on his A1 to overwrite his A2. First off, it should never overwrite. The biggest shield should always be in place. But this game, look at that shield. It's huge. It's actually really cool. I think Aneathwee's Blood Twin should have some kind of shield like that on him. It would be great to keep him alive because attack-based champions just don't have anything to keep them alive. Is he doing damage right now? Is it fun to see a rare do this with phenomenal gear on? Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, he's hitting what like other people hit for, right? 192,000. The A2 is hitting hard. Is the damage ramping up as we destroy max HP? Sure. We're up to additional 5% damage right now. Somewhere around there, maybe 3% damage. And then we get additional damage on the little guys because the minions, we've been beating them down too. We hit them for 182. Again, we do have decreased defense, increased attack, and we've got insane gear on this rare. On this rare, are you going to play him? Do you want to level him? The whole reason why I leveled him is because every time people come into my stream and they're like, oh, this rare right here is built for this. And I'm like, look, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And then they goat me into doing this. They did this with Pig Sticker. They did this to me with a whole bunch of other champions. They're like, Stu, I don't believe you. It will work. I'm telling you. That 5% from his A1 is going to keep him alive with that A2 destroying Scarab King's max HP. It's a given. Like, this dude was built for it. So, level 60 rare. How many books did I throw into him? All those books. Let's go to the Scarab King and see what we can do. Doom Tower hard. 50, I think right now is the hardest we can do. Right, 50. Okay, we can solo this with Vergus, no problem. We can bring Melga in with anybody else and 2-man this. With a defense-based champion, or even with him. We can 2-man with Melga. We really could if we want to be here all day. Down again, of course, all right. It's okay, Melga's going to bring him back up. Here is the issue, and here's what I talked about on stream. This guy has no defense. You're trying to get damage based off of attack. We have no resistance. You got to have resistance when you go up against the Scarab King. 300 resistance at the hardest Scarab King, or it steals all the stuff you have. Okay, we scrapped that first one where I was running with Melga. It was taking too long, so I brought in Vergus to try to keep him alive. Vergus would be applying all those buffs to him, to little Scrappy there. Scrappy Doo. We can solo this with my Vergus. You've seen the video. He's got the same gear. Vergus is in a Destroy set with an Immortal set, and I'm going to get into a different channel. Sorry, there's a lot of conversation going on. And luckily, they both have 300 resistance, or the Scarab King would steal everything from them if they didn't have a buff on, a shield buff, or just remove it like that. But they're resisting everything. So here's our little Scrappy. We're trying to keep him alive, guys. I've soloed this Scarab King with Melga and Garush. Those two together soloed. Garush had the Destroy set on. That way, Garush is somebody that you get as a login reward. And I'm going to solo the hardest Scarab King out there with a level 60 Draconis and Garush. That way it's a rare along with a login reward champion. Well, once our guy gets up, we're going to see him do something. There he is. So my whole entire, it was Rip Rad, buddy, in my stream. He was goading me on. He kept telling me like every 5 minutes that this guy is amazing, that he's going to do so much, that we're going to use him. No, I don't even care if you're in normal Doom Tower. If you're having trouble in normal Doom Tower, don't level this guy up. Normal new Doom Tower is just about 5 and 6 star gear. Go farm your Dragon 20, get your gear, get your 5 and 6 star gear leveled up, bring in any champions you want to, and you can just bulldoze through normal. So don't give me any of that, oh, he's going to be for good normal excuse or anything else. The guy is garbage. Don't do it. Do I really like his A2, giving him the 30% of his max HP on the 2-turn cooldown, hitting relatively hard? I actually do like that. Would that be cool on a brand new account? Maybe. It actually would be pretty fun. But the A1 overrides that A2. It's this company. It's the silliest thing ever. Why won't the largest shield stay up? And when you play tested this guy, when you made this champion, and you look at this champion, and you just like any person looks at it, and he's running through there, and you're like, why does he have this big shield, and then all of a sudden he has this baby shield? What's going on? Why is that happening? And then another person's going to be like, well, his A2's on a 2-turn cooldown with 30% of his shield. Why don't we just let him have that 30% shield? Because you think that one day he's going to hit hard enough on that A1 where 5% of damage inflicted is going to be a big shield. It's not. And of course, on here, we're limited to the amount of damage we can do. When we go up against the Scarab King, depending on where his shield is, like how far we beat him down, we're limited on the amount of damage. When the Scarab King is at max, we're only doing 10% of our max damage no matter what. Only 10%. And then it goes down to like we're doing 30%, and the rest I'd have to look at the over here at the bar. It's like 30, 60, you know, and eventually we're doing 100% damage, which still we're not doing yet. We're almost there. I think we're doing 90% right now to him. So we should hit pretty hard. And then of course our little man Scrapper here is doing additional damage because of destroyed max HP. So right now he's getting about additional, what, 20% damage or so on any of his hits. If he can get up, if he can stay up and live, if he can live. Now, with the Scarab King on that A2, it's going to hit you multiple times depending on how many buffs you have up on your champion. Guys, you can solo this with Vergus. You can use Melga and come in here with Melga and Garush like I've done. All you need is the resistance because you don't want this boss taking off all your goodies, right? And he will just remove them if you have an HP shield. He will steal them if you do not have an HP shield. And obviously, Scrappy Doo over here laying on the ground does not have resistance. He's an attack-based champion. And unfortunately, bringing an attack-based champion into this boss without real proper coverage, just got us stolen over there. Thanks, Scrappy Doo. Doesn't really matter if this guy gets a regen for a little while. We just want to make sure we destroy that shield. Now we can take him down. I mean, he doesn't really have that much HP. Pretty easy to beat him. Do we want him to continually steal a regen? No, we don't want that. We can bring in so many other people. Destroy set is the way to go. It's never worth going with a champion like this. And again, it's a real shame. It's a real shame we can't have fun with him going through. Man, I would love to play this guy coming up in the game. Stolen again, killed. I would love to play this guy coming up in the game if he kept that big shield on for 2 turns on a 2-turn cooldown and that A1 just didn't keep doing it to him. Look, we can beg and complain to the company all we want. We know it's been like this for shields forever. They haven't changed it. I doubt they could even fix it in the coding. It's not even worth going to them and crying to them about it because they're not going to do anything about it. It's been this way for 2 years. It hasn't changed. It's always like this. Look what he stole. He stole that all from Scrappy. Come on, man. Scrappy, do something. Okay, now we're going to bring him in real quick just here for 2 seconds, and then we're going to go look at his gear. This is only going to be 2 seconds of him. Oh, look what he stole from him. Look what he stole. He stole all that from him because he's got no resistance and he's dead anyways. He's not doing anything. Golly. You guys made me waste chickens. You made me waste books. And now I've got this 6-star. I'm probably going to feed it. I think now for fusions, you can feed at 60. So I'm probably just going to... No, I'm going to keep him. I'm going to keep him if I can. I'll keep him. What a waste. What a waste. Maybe one day they'll take away... Like, if they could just... Maybe they can't fix the shield issue, but they could take away the shield on the A1. Just take that shield away from the A1 completely. Give me the 2-turn shield that he puts up that's really big on the A2. And then this guy will actually be pretty fun for progression. To get you up to mid-game or help you out. Maybe through campaign. I don't know. He'd just be fun to play with. Something. Let's look at his gear. Wannabe barbarian. You're not even... You're like a peasant barbarian. He's trying to make his way up in the ranks. is what it is. But this guy stole some legendary barbarian's gear because he's got savage on and he's got critical damage. Yes, we have amazing gear on this guy right now. Look at him. We got attack right here, critical damage, attack with 25% additional attack on the ring with HP. Like, we've given him good HP too, along with the attack. He's got total stats of 29,000, 5,000 attack, 272 critical damage. We're at 111 to crit. We're just overboard, whatever. We didn't have to worry about it. And 215 speed. So he's looking really nice. We have him to where we're going to proc sometimes right here for this Helm Smasher. We're getting additional damage on that A1. I wanted to get additional damage if he killed people. That way the A1 would have hit hard and we get bigger shields, but didn't really work out. I was just going to run people through to have them die with him, and then he would kind of solo some things. That wasn't working out too well because that A1 overwrites the A2. Otherwise, he could actually solo some stuff out there. He really has a good chance to do that. Then we're getting bigger shields here. We're getting turn meter when those shields drop off. Bigger shields here. And then if we did bring people to die as well, we would get more speed. That is our guy so far. Let me try one other thing though. I'm curious in campaign. If we bring him over here to Nightmare Campaign and we let him solo. Nightmare Campaign? Maybe. He's not that A1. The A1's gonna mess this all up. Watch. Yeah. Throw him in. Give him some people to die. Let's go, buddy. Come on, Scrappy. Let's see what he can do. The A2 is gonna be really nice here. Watch the shield. Great. And then look at that shield now. What's up? If he still had that big shield, he would have not taken any of that damage. Yeah, that's it, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. Give a thumbs up, give a like, subscribe, because I just wasted so many materials. Look, Rip Rad, this is your fault, buddy. Your fault. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate your time. I will see you guys all in a video soon.